Inside this box is the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2. Now this is a brand new launch monitor offering from FlightScope, and I've been waiting for a couple of months to take delivery of this. I haven't yet looked inside the box, I've just taken delivery, so I thought what we'd do in this video is unbox it together. I'll give you my initial thoughts and opinions having seen it for the first time, and then what we'll do is we'll set it up with the FlightScope app and we'll take it out to the garden to have a first look and hit a couple of balls, hopefully able to see some data. Now if you enjoy this video, please do hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. I'll have plenty more videos with this and my practice area coming up, so you'll be able to be notified about those if you click that notification bell. And if you have any comments or questions about the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2 or anything covered in this video, just drop them in the comments area and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Finally, depending on when you're watching this video, there is a 10% discount code which can be used against all FlightScope products. That can be found in the description below alongside a direct product link for the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2. Anyway, I've talked long enough. Let's open the box and see what comes inside. Right, let's look inside the FlightScope box. Now I have already taken off the seal, so there's cellophane on it when you receive it. I've already removed that for the purposes of this video, but let's take a look under the lid here. Now this is the first time that I'm actually seeing this device myself, so it's really nicely packaged. I mean, standard FlightScope whites, greys and reds, really clean, very Apple-esque if you like. Inside the box here, we've got a little ribbon and some paper. I'm not quite entirely sure as to what's this for. Presumably it's just to allow you to lift it out. That probably makes it, yeah, a little bit easier to get it out of the box. So we've got the hard case here. Let me just pop this back in and make some space. We'll put the lid back on here. So we have the main carry case here. Now this is a hard case, very much like one of the rangefinder cases. So I've got several of these for the rangefinders that I have, but it feels like a really kind of high quality premium case. We've got a nice rubber FlightScope badge here. And something that I've just noticed is we've got these FlightScope logos on the zips here, which is really nice. So quite a nice touch. I mean, this is a premium product. It does cost quite a lot of money. So it's nice to see FlightScope putting some effort into things like these little accents and these little bits and bobs on the case. So anyway, let's unzip it and see what we've got. So this is the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2. Now the first thing that I can immediately see is it's considerably smaller than I thought it would be. I've watched loads and loads of videos on this so far, and it does look quite big, but actually compared to what I thought, it's a really nice, neat little size. So we have a quick start guide here. So we can open this up, and this obviously will just help us get up and running with the device. This is a really good thing. A lot of manufacturers, ShotScope included, for example, are now moving towards these really small quick start guides where you can go online and get the full user guide, but you don't need this big thick booklet that's just taking up extra paper, which is unnecessary. To be honest, people don't tend to read these. So yeah, that's a really nice kind of small guide. I'll just pop that to the side, so I'll probably need that in a minute. What have we got here? So we have power blocks for this. So this is USB-C, and you'll see we've got the cable here, which is USB-C to USB-C as well. So the nice thing about the Mevo Gen 2 compared to other FlightScope products is that it uses USB-C. So you see we've got the cable here for powering or for charging it, and they not only do they supply us with the cable, but they supply us with one of the blocks as well, which is really nice. Little fixing band there and a really lengthy cable. So one of the things I often find frustrating about these devices is they give them these teensy little cables. This is a really long one that's probably about 1 meter long, so plenty length to get that plugged in and charged. Then we have the device itself, and then underneath it we have these. Now I can see what these are already. These are the metallic aluminium stickers. So basically these get stuck onto the ball. Now I know this from the FlightScope product I had before, which was a standard Mevo, and you put the little sticker onto the ball, and this is mainly used for indoor use, so basically it helps with spin. You do get the RCT balls, which are already coloured, if you like, with the spots, and they help with improved spin, and that's because the device isn't able to track the entire ball flight for indoor use, or in my example, outdoor with a net. So you get a good few. I think normally you get 2 or 3 sheets of these. You can actually buy them online as well, but you just stick them onto the balls. So we've got those as well. And then of course we have the device itself. Let's just chuck that down there. So this is the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2. It's a really, really nice looking unit. It's way smaller than I thought, but there's a good bit of weight to this. So certainly from the videos I've watched so far, I had in my head it was going to be much, much bigger. Probably, to be honest, the sort of size of this box. But actually, it's really nice and neat. So we've got the FlightScope logo there in the front. We've got the USB-C power input there. I don't really know what this is. I'm not going to pull that off. We'll leave that as it is. There's one at the top here as well, so I'm not going to touch those. We'll just leave them as they are. You'll see it's got the fusion tracking here, so it's got a little camera, and on the back there's the QR code that you scan to set this up. And then this is the stand, so you can press this and you'll see the stand pops out. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this stand maybe not being as good as the stand on the Mevo Plus, which opens up kind of this way, so you can adjust it in terms of the amount of slope you need on it. But it's actually a pretty good quality, fairly solid stand. And then there we can stand the device up. And then on top here we've got a little shipping sticker that I can pull off. And then we have the power button up at the very top. Now, these devices sometimes come with some charge and sometimes don't. So I'm going to press it on and see if we can get it to power up. Might need to just press and hold it for longer. And there we go. And then the lights are on. So let's just pop that to one side for a second. And yeah, go back and look at the case. So the case here, I think the case can actually be used to prop it up. So if you are at a driving range or you're using it in one of the practice bays and maybe there's not enough height or it's higher than the ground level, you can use this to stand the device on. So it serves lots of purposes. Also, it's very durable, and that could easily fit in your golf bag there for taking that to the driving range. So we've got 3 lights on here, but that is essentially everything that we get with the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2. So we've got the hard carry case, we've got the power supply and the block, we've got the aluminium stickers, the quick start user guide, and we also have the device itself. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take this outside, but I will need to get it set up. So I'm going to grab my phone, and what we'll do is I'll go through the setup process just now to get this set up with the FlightScope mobile app before we head out. Now, I've had the FlightScope app for a while because I have the FlightScope Mevo, or used to have the FlightScope Mevo. So I'm going to set this up just now. So we'll go for the Mevo Gen 2. Let's go into radar settings. And then you'll see here we have the option to set up Wi-Fi manually, or we can scan the QR code. So I've got it switched on. There's a little QR code on the back here. So we'll tap scan, and we'll see if we can get this to set up. So it's come up here, it wants to join the Wi-Fi network. I'm just going to pull this out, and in case it displays any of our additional Wi-Fi network stuff, and I'll see if I can get it to connect. And then you'll see here, it has now come up. So it's given us the option here to register, which I will make sure I do. But essentially, we now have it set up. Now, if I pop the device up, I don't know if it's going to ask me to do anything here. You can see as I move this, in fact, it's actually prompting me to set it up with the correct amount of tilt and roll, and it lights up here. So it's obviously set up within the app and the unit to make it as easy as possible. So we are connected, we've got 92% of battery, so there's enough there. Let's get this outside to the practice area and let's see if we can hit some balls and get some data from our first use of the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2. Okay, let's see if we can get this set up. So I've brought out everything I think I need. We've got the Mevo here, I've got a tape measure, and of course I've got the instructions. So the first thing it says is we need to align the camera with the ball. So 2.4 meters to the impact screen, which we've definitely got, and then 2.4 meters from the ball to the radar. So I'm going to use this mat just to level it because I think it might be ever so slightly higher. And then we're looking for 2.4 from the bulb, so let's go out with this and make sure we get it as close as we can. So 2.4 is just about here. There we go. And then it's telling me that the roll's good, so the roll is this way, but we need a little bit more tilt. So let's adjust using the stand, the tilt. That's 16.3, so that's definitely too much. Just wait until this goes green. 13.1, that looks pretty good. And then I'll just check the next thing is that the position is correct. So I think it actually needs to be a little bit off to the left of the ball. So let's just pop it around about there. And that looks like that'll be perfect. I'll just adjust that slightly. Right, let's have a look. Target alignment. So you'll see here I can then basically align it on the ball. So let's see if we just move this over a little bit. It's a slight delay. There you go, bang on the ball, perfect. And then can adjust it for the light. So that's the hitting area, the target alignment, so that's set up. And let's just see if that's all good. So I think we are good. Let's go and try and set up a session. It does say it's now sleeping. There we go, back to connected. So what we're going to do now is I'll pop my phone into a little holder here, and then we'll start a session. So I'll grab one of my gloves. Got some balls ready. I'll put the sound up so hopefully we'll be able to hear. And we'll set up a session. Okay, so everything looks to be in place. I'll just put the instructions in there, no doubt I'll need those again. Let's just go for a standard, let's go for a full swing. So we've already gone through these settings here. Distance to ball 2.4, tee search, so you can actually adjust the height of the tee, so it's slightly higher. I don't know if that'll make much of a difference. It is telling me to adjust the tilt and the roll, although it's within a valid range, so we'll stick with that. And then got all my clubs, got the ball. I've gone for Titleist Pro V1s here. Let's start the session and let's see how we get on.
Ready.
So we're going to go, first of all, let's just go with a 9-iron. So grab my 9-iron.
Ready.
Wherever it's hiding. And let's see
Ready.
if straight out of the box we can get it to trace a ball flight.
Carry is 109.5 yards.
Perfect. So that one apparently was going left. Obviously I've not warmed up. Let's see if we can hit a few more and get a bit more data.
Carry is 101.9 yards.
Yeah, not a good hit. Definitely not warmed up. That was a better strike.
Carry is 116.9 yards.
Yep, and you can see the flight on that one. So it's managed to catch them all. Let's purposely try and fade one here.
Carry is 103.1 yards.
There we go. So every shot so far tracked perfectly. Let's try and get a good one with this 9-iron.
Carry is 109.2 yards.
Right, so 9-iron's fine. Let's see how it deals with something like a 6-iron. So we'll change to this one. Really impressed with just how quickly it's picking up the shots though. So we'll switch over to a 6-iron. Exact same position here.
Ready.
Gives me the audio cue to let me know it's ready.
Carry is 126.2 yards.
Yeah. Maybe should have warmed up before before filming this.
Carry is 142.4 yards. Carry is 131.3 yards. Carry is 133.9 yards. Carry is 130.9 yards.
So we get a little 130 carry here, which is going to be, let's see what it gives me as the full. It's 133. I mean, these numbers aren't very good with the 6-iron. I've not fully set it up and made sure it's absolutely spot on, but to be fair, I'm not warmed up. But I'd be expecting a little bit more out of the 6-iron, but I've not really hit many of these that well. That's the ground
Carry
first.
is 119.4 yards.
Yeah, maybe we should have stuck with a 9-iron. Right, let's see if we can get one decent one here.
Carry is 152.0 yards.
So that was a better strike. Maybe we're a wee bit more warmed up now. But yeah, it's caught every single ball so far. They are going left at this moment in time, but I'm not really working on anything other than just trying to at least hit the ball just for the purposes of this test. But it took me 2 seconds to get to set it up.
Carry is 135.9 yards.
That was a better strike.
Carry is 142.4 yards.
Yeah, and then we've hit enough of those. Let's just hit a couple of drives. See how it copes with the driver. So we'll swap to a slightly better tee. Probably too high for me, that one. Swap in here. Right, driver.
Ready. Carry is 194.5 yards.
So a total 210 out of that one.
Ready. Carry is 207.3 yards.
So yeah, 216. So anyway, yeah, straight out of the box. A couple of minutes to set up max. It's not been fully calibrated yet, but works a treat. Can't wait to go through some of the other settings that are available on this, but so far so good. Okay, so that's us back into the house now, having taken the Mevo Gen 2 for a little test run. What are my first and initial thoughts having used it? So straight away, lovely little unit, really nice and compact, looks great, lightweight, super easy to set up. I know that I did already have a FlightScope app and I have used a FlightScope Mevo before, but the Gen 2 is a new device. I did still have to connect it to the app and set it up, but it was a breeze. Instructions super clear, easy enough to get it set up behind the ball, and I was actually really impressed with how well it managed to track all of those shots despite me not really putting any effort into properly calibrating it. I think with devices like this, it is important to make sure that you get it set up properly. In the interest of just pulling together a first look video, I didn't put much effort into that, but it did manage to track all of those shots. Now I have jumped into my FlightScope account, so I ended the session, it's put my data here, and I can actually take a look at it within the desktop view here. So we can see all of my shots, we get the dispersion for them, we can filter here by driver, 6-iron, 9-iron, and I can come down to the table here and we can see all of the information about each of the shots as well as an average and deviation. We only hit 2 drives, so we'll not worry about those. We hit a lot of 6-irons. Numbers weren't great for me in terms of what I normally see, so I wouldn't look normally to get about 138 out of my 6-iron. I do know that I hit a lot of those heavy, I wasn't remotely well warmed up, and we haven't properly calibrated the device. But it has managed to give me numbers for everything, which to be honest are probably pretty true. I've watched enough reviews of the Mevo Gen 2 to suggest that when it's tested against TrackMan, FlightScope, X3s or the GC Quad for example, it just does a really good job, and for most people the numbers have married up. The spin obviously we don't have to worry about because we've not applied the stickers or used the special RCT balls, but even then we are getting fairly consistent spin numbers. That's the one thing that usually can be a little bit out with these. But for straight out of the box and first use, very impressed. The product itself has so much more to offer as well. So I just use a standard session on the range. You can use this with the simulator software. You get challenges, you get lots of different modes, which I'm looking forward to testing out in the future. Now, if you are interested in finding out more about the FlightScope Mevo Gen 2 and you want to save a little bit of money if you are thinking about buying one, check the description below for my affiliate link and also my unique discount code. As well as that, if you have any questions or comments or tips for using and getting the most out of the Gen 2, then drop them in the comments area below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this video or any tips and advice. And finally, if you haven't done so already, please do hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please feel free to do so. And remember to hit that notification bell because I'll have plenty more videos coming up with this in the next few weeks and months. And by ringing that bell, you'll be making sure you are notified when those videos go live. But anyway, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.